What's up? What's happening? What is going on, Cantaloupes? Every NFL team has faced a lot of turmoil at some point in their history. I'm Mike Cantalupo, and today we present the most heartbreaking loss in every NFL team's history. Arizona Cardinals, Super Bowl 43. They played the Steelers in the Super Bowl. They were looking to win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. They have such a long championship drought. My favorite player in the NFL, Larry Fitzgerald, with 2 fourth-down touchdowns. They were 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from winning it all. Oh, and Santonio Holmes did this.
Rushing 5. Ben pumps, throws, caught. Holmes. Francisco falls down. Holmes is going to take it inside the 10, and he's going to get to the 5-yard line. With 49 seconds, and Roethlisberger, Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time, throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Unbelievable!
Incredible!
Atlanta Falcons, Super Bowl 51. Obvious number one here. They led the Patriots 28-3 in the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan was having an amazing year. They had to defend a 25-point lead with just 17 minutes left, and they all crumbled.
Handoff. Touchdown, James White. Even if it is time for Atlanta. Pass, Amendola. Flag is down. Amendola's in. Toss to White. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl. Brady has his 5th.
Baltimore Ravens 2011 AFC Championship. This was a Ravens team led by Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, and Terrell Suggs. They had a trip to Super Bowl 46 in their hands. Joe Flacco outplayed Tom Brady throughout the entire game. The Patriots had 3 turnovers in the game. Flacco finds Lee Evans in the end zone.
Seconds left in the AFC Championship. Flacco fires end zone. Caught! Lee Evans! No! Brady didn't hold on.
And here we go. Billy Cundiff needed just a 32-yarder to send it into overtime.
32-yard field goal attempt from the right hash mark.
Ball down. Kick is. He hooked it. No good. Oh my God.
No good. He missed it.
At least the Ravens would win the next Super Bowl. Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl 25. They were 13-3 in the regular season. They had 26.8 points per game, which was the best offense in the NFL, led by Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. They reached Super Bowl 25 against Lawrence Taylor's New York Giants. Scott Norwood had a field goal attempt to win the game.
No good. Wide right.
There are photographers and people all over the field, but the clock still has 4 seconds on it. When you keep the ball for over 40 minutes of a ball game.
That was the first of 4 straight Super Bowl losses, just a string of misery. The Carolina Panthers, Super Bowl 38. This was their first Super Bowl appearance in franchise history. Jake Delhomme had a career year. It was the ultimate Cinderella story, really, a small market team facing off against the Patriots. Back and forth game throughout. Panthers tied it with 1 minute left. John Casey kicks the ball out of bounds and lead it to Adam Vinatieri.
Had to have it. He got it.
Kick up. The kick is on the way. Kick is good. Kick is good. We're Super Bowl champions again.
Chicago Bears, 1987 NFC Divisional Round. They were looking for their second Super Bowl championship back in '87. They were a top 10 scoring defense and offense, 11-4 in the regular season. They hosted the Redskins in the Divisional Round. They lost 21-17. This was Walter Payton's last game, which makes it sting all the more. The Redskins became a force in the NFC, and the Bears' window closed. Cincinnati Bengals, Super Bowl 23. This was Boomer Esiason's MVP year, and they reached the Super Bowl against Joe Montana's 49ers. They needed one defensive stop to win the game, but Montana to Jerry Rice, John Taylor, all just a little bit too much.
12 catches, he's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor. On the left side, they'll flood that side. Mazazen will throw up the big one, hoping that something will ricochet. It doesn't. It's knocked to the ground by the 49ers, and that's it. The game is over. San Francisco has won Super Bowl 23.
That is the closest the Bengals have ever come to winning a Super Bowl. Cleveland Browns 1986 AFC Championship. The Browns right on the verge of their first ever Super Bowl appearance. Bernie Kosar and Ozzie Newsome, they led that offense 5 minutes away from reaching the Super Bowl. They just had to stop John Elway from a 98-yard drive.
Sewell, oh, how did he hang on to it? Complete. Touchdown, Mark Jackson. It took Elway 5 minutes and 6 seconds to complete the drive of the game.
The game needed overtime, which eventually led to this.
A game that brought out greatness on both sides.
The Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl V. There were only 5 Super Bowls that the Cowboys were looking to win their first ever one. It was a low-scoring affair versus the Baltimore Colts. It was tied 13 late in the game. Craig Morton had a chance to win the game late.
But they bent. A pass from Craig Morton bounced off the fingertips of Dan Reeves and was intercepted by Mike Curtis.
It was ultimately Colts kicker Jim O'Brien who had a chance to win the game. At least the Cowboys won Super Bowl VI the next year. Denver Broncos Super Bowl 48. Peyton Manning was the league MVP. The Broncos set a record with 606 points scored. Manning had only 55 touchdowns and almost 5,500 yards, most in single season history. The Denver cruised to the AFC Championship. Then after that, they met the Seahawks defense in the Super Bowl. And yeah, they didn't put on a great performance.
It's snapped over the head of Peyton Manning. A flag is down and the ball's out of the back of the end zone. It's a safety to... Now 3rd down and 7. They're coming after Manning. Pass is too high and picked by Chancellor. Intercepted by Cam Chancellor. With Julius Thomas the intended target. Manning gets hit. Ball up for grabs. Picked off by Smith. Malcolm Smith. All alone. No flags. Touchdown, Seattle.
The Detroit Lions 1993 NFC wildcard round. The Lions won 10 games and the NFC North title this year. They met Brett Favre's Packers in the NFC wildcard. Favre wasn't quite as big of a deal as he ultimately ended up being yet. This was his coming out party of sorts, and he broke Lions' hearts.
Run it! He's going to throw it to the end zone. He's open. Sharp. Wide open. Touchdown! Sterling Sharp. Open. He got away and scored the touchdown with 55 seconds left in the ball game. And what a pass by Brett Favre. They're mobbing him on the sidelines. Here is Kramer back to throw. Kramer on a quick pattern. Kramer up the middle of the field. Knocked down. They're going to win it. The Packers are going to win it. It was intended for Perryman. He never saw it coming. And number 33, Doug Evans, knocks the ball down.
Lion hearts. Aren't lion hearts a thing? I don't know. All I know is it started a 2-decade run of consistently losing to the Packers. Speaking of, the Green Bay Packers, the 2014 NFC Championship. Aaron Rodgers won his 2nd MVP award in 2014. The Packers were visiting the Seahawks in the NFC Championship. They picked off Russell Wilson 4 times and had the game in their hands until this.
3rd and goal. Here's Wilson keeping it for the touchdown. Wilson toward the end zone. It is caught! Seattle's going to the Super Bowl. Jermaine Kearse.
Houston Texans, 2011 AFC Divisional Round. The Texans have only had 3 playoff games in their career. They've been blown out twice in the AFC Divisional Round. Their closest to the AFC Championship game appeared in 2011. It was third stringer TJ Yates who came close to beating the Ravens.
Something the Texans don't want to see.
Absolutely. Texans defense playing very well. Unfortunately, the Ravens defense doing the same. That's TJ Yates picked off by Ladarius Webb again. Throws late, just floats it out there, and pretty much right to Ed Reed.
Just not knowing where the safety is, and Ed Reed does a great job going up and catching the football.
Not just go for get the first down.
Yeah, get your first down.
No
spike
timeouts
the ball.
left, though. I'm sure
you
that
could still
affected this
spike
call.
it, or you could get out of bounds. Just thought it was a little bit early to throw the.
They probably could have gone further with a healthy Matt Schwab, but he wasn't healthy. Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl 44. The Colts won 14 games this year. Peyton Manning won his 4th MVP award. The Colts played the Saints in the Super Bowl. Indianapolis was in control until they made a bunch of countless mistakes.
Manning pass. Garcon with the drop this time. Every time he comes off the field. Onside kick to start the second half. And the ball bounces off the hands of a Colt. And it looks like the Saints had it for a second. And it's Saints football. They recover the onside kick. 51 yards. Stover. And the kick is wide left. Picked off. Look out. Gets past Manning. And it's Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Jacksonville Jaguars 2017 AFC Championship. They had the second best defense in 2017. They were known as Saxonville, right? Great. First playoff berth in 10 years. They had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter. But come on, honestly, the refs kind of cost them the game, which makes it all the more heartbreaking.
Percentage-wise, doesn't look all that different. Watch out here. That was a backward pass, and it's coming back over to Lewis. Solder in front. A whole brigade, but Miles Jack falls on it, comes up with the football. He's got the football in his hands. Oh, I think he got it, Jim.
From there, Tom Brady took over, and you know the rest.
Fake it to White. Looking around, has time, throws it. Did he get the feet down? What an effort. Touchdown, Amendola.
The Kansas City Chiefs in 1997 AFC Divisional Round. They were 13-3 in 97. They had a great coach in Marty Schottenheimer, the best defense in the league at only 14.5 points per game against Andre Rison, Tony Gonzalez, Marcus Allen. Great team overall. They hosted John Elway's Broncos in the Divisional Round.
This is the game. Perfect into the end zone. Pass is going to be off the right. Incomplete. The Bronco defense. The Denver defense has done it, and they are stunned here at Arrowhead Stadium.
Those Broncos would go on to win the Super Bowl and dethroned the Chiefs as the top team in their division. Los Angeles Rams, Super Bowl 36. Kurt Warner won his 2nd MVP award, leading up to the greatest show on turf offense in the Super Bowl. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk, all elite players. They were looking to win their 2nd Super Bowl in 3 years. They were 14-point favorites versus the Belichick-Brady Patriots. Adam Vinatieri ultimately broke their hearts.
Of greater importance if he makes it, and it's right down the pipe. Adam Vinatieri. No time on the clock.
It was the dynasty that never quite was. The Los Angeles Chargers 2006 AFC Divisional Round. This was Phillip Rivers' first season as a starter in San Diego. LT won the MVP. NFL record 31 touchdowns from scrimmage. Of those, 28 were rushing touchdowns. That was also a single season record. The Chargers have the best record in the NFL at 14-2. They hosted the Patriots. Evil, evil Patriots in the divisional round.
The snap, Castle to hold, ball down, kick is up, and the kick is good! Stephen Gostkowski hits it from 26 yards out.
It was Nate Kading who missed a late last-second field goal attempt. trying to tie it. Miami Dolphins Super Bowl 19. Dan Marino's MVP year, 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns. The Dolphins went 14-2. You never hear that nowadays, but they met Joe Montana and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. It was a hyped up shootout, but it actually turned out to be a disaster.
The handoff given to Craig. Craig Patterson is right to the goal line. He goes in for a 49er touchdown. And the 49ers are leading the Miami Dolphins. From the 28-yard line, Marino drops back to throw a pass. He fires to the goal line, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wright. Going back to pass on 3rd and 10, Montana. Looks over the left side, caught by Craig on the way to the end zone, and Craig goes in for the score.
Dolphins ultimately lost that game 38-16. A lot of misery. Minnesota Vikings 1998 NFC Championship, 15-1, 556 points scored in the season. That was an NFL record. Randall Cunningham, Chris Carter, Randy Moss. What an elite trio that was. Gary Anderson did not miss an entire field goal or extra point all season long, and he had the chance to ice this game against the Atlanta Falcons.
Field goal, the answer should probably be yes.
39 yards away. And it's not good. Out of the pocket.
Touchdown.
End zone. Touchdown. Touchdown. Atlanta.
The game ultimately went into overtime.
From 39 yards out. Anderson is good. He knows it. They know it. Morton Anderson.
That loss ended up really kind of solidifying the fact that the Vikings could have been the best team ever, but weren't. New England Patriots Super Bowl 42. They were looking to win their 4th Super Bowl of the decade. It was Brady and Randy Moss who were setting records left and right. 589 points scored. Brady had 50 touchdowns. Randy Moss, 23 touchdown receptions. It's another record. The Patriots were 18-0. They met the Giants in the Super Bowl, where their perfect season was ended in gladiator-like fashion.
Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet, airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree. Inside the 25 and a timeout taken. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York. Brady steps up. Throws. Downfield broken up. 2 seconds left as the Giants take over. They run out the clock. They put 1 second back.
New Orleans Saints 2017 NFC Divisional Round. The Saints were stacked with Drew Brees and actually a good defense for once. Marshawn Lattimore was the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Alvin Kamara was the Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is where they met the Vikings. They were able to erase a 17-point deficit, and Will Lutz kicked a go-ahead field goal with 25 seconds left. It was an easy win. Just lock it up. Go to the championship game.
Steps into it. Pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
Oh yeah, Marcus Williams forgot how to tackle. New York Giants 2002 NFC wildcard round, 10-6. Kerry Collins led this team with Jeremy Shockey. What a good name. I remember Jeremy Shockey. He visited the 49ers wildcard round. They jumped out to a 38-14 lead, and it's gone.
Just got it away, and now completes to Owens. Still on his feet. Terrell Owens takes a hit and goes in for the touchdown. Look at that. What a fake. Garcia. Touchdown, San Francisco. Garcia fires. Touchdown 49ers. They've come all the way back. It's streaks.
The Giants had a chance to win, but honestly, the refs kind of missed a pretty easy pass interference call.
Bad snap. Allen couldn't get it down, and now he fires.
Pass interference. They're going to get pass interference on that play.
And even with no time left on the clock, a penalty on the defense will continue the game.
New York Jets, the marathon at the lake. The Jets reached the playoffs with a 10-6 record. Back then, they were led by a quarterback named Ken O'Brien. They visited the Browns in the '86 AFC divisional round. They led by 10 points in the fourth quarter. Then, the break, I'm trying to make it a Jet joke. I don't know. They just blew the lead.
The left side of the Jet defense. Kevin Mack is in, standing up. Lead blocker was Everett, and now it is a 20-16 game. 1:57 to play. The extra point coming up. Snap and set down. Kick on the way. It's up and good. And the Browns with 7 seconds to play rally back and tie the game, and we're going to go to overtime.
To Mark Mosley.
Snap and set down, and the game is history. Cleveland wins it.
Oakland Raiders 2001 AFC divisional round. This was John Gruden's last year as a head coach until now. His team was led by Rich Gannon. Charles Woodson was an elite defensive star. The Raiders led by 10 in the fourth quarter. Woodson hits Tom Brady to cause a fumble. Raiders seemingly won the game except the tuck rule.
To be that size and to be able to run that fast.
First down from the 42.
Blitz.
Lost the football. It's on the ground, covered by the Raiders.
His college teammate, Charles Woodson, on the blitz. Tom Brady, cover guy, and you bring him on a blitz. And there's no doubt that football was not slipping out of Tom Brady's hands.
The quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 on the 42.
Wow.
Leave it up to Adam Vinatieri for the 3rd time to do the rest.
Season on the line. The kick is away. It is good. This is to advance to the AFC Championship game.
I guess I said that was John Gruden's last year coaching, but I meant with the Raiders. Don't comment saying that I'm dumb, because I'm not. I know what I'm talking about. Moving on. Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl 39. This was the first Super Bowl in the McNabb, Andy Reid era. So many previous playoff meltdowns before for this team. They played the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Donovan McNabb, well, he added to those meltdowns.
McNabb, corner of the end zone. A flag is down. And the pass is eventually picked off by Asante Samuel. A flag is on the field as Levin's in motion on first down. McNabb fires high and the pass is intercepted by Brewski. Down the middle of the field and the pass is picked off by Harrison. Rodney Harrison takes it in and 9 seconds remain. And the New England Patriots.
Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl 30. This was the first Super Bowl appearance in the post-Terry Bradshaw era for the Steelers. They won 11 games with Neil O'Donnell as their quarterback. They faced the Cowboys dynasty, and the Steelers really never stood a chance.
The Cowboys' overpowering defense and picture-perfect offense overwhelmed the Steelers.
The pass on 1st and goal from the 3, wide open, Dane Novacek, touchdown!
Just slipped. He actually tried to hit a crossing route in my zone, ended up floating right to me. I said I was going to make sure I caught it, and I think at that time I was trying to score, get up and down the sideline, and get that ball in the end zone if I could. I recognized that it was a blitz check, and I beat the receiver to the spot. And again, just tried to take it and get it in the end zone from there.
10, out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Hey,
You get one more, you can run for mayor.
They did ultimately keep it close until a meltdown in the fourth quarter. San Francisco 49ers, Super Bowl 47. Colin Kaepernick replaced Alex Smith mid-season for this team. The 49ers had one of the best defenses that year. They were all around elite talents. They ended up playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl. The Harbaugh brothers squared off against each other. 49ers trailed 28-6, somehow rallied to come back and win.
Anthony walks it in the air. No flag, incomplete. The Bearcats free kick out of play, and it's Ginn. Ginn to the 40. Still on his feet at the 50. And the Ravens have won it 34-31. The Super Bowl belongs to Baltimore.
Make matters worse, that was the first Super Bowl loss in 49ers history. Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl 49, half a yard away. Would have been the first repeat in 10 years. Just out to hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1999 NFC Championship. Coached by the great Tony Dungy, who apparently watches these videos with his son Justin. Justin, if you are watching, hey dude, I met him on a cruise. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, he ended up losing on this controversial catch ruling.
Football history.
King has protection and throws complete. Bert Emanuel made a crouching catch.
Sean King threw a dart. I mean, the ball was on me pretty quickly as I was coming out of my break. And I had to dive for it. I dove for it. I had both hands around it.
Bert Emanuel's catch.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a catch.
There's nothing wrong there.
Nope. He had possession. Ball might have hit the ground, but he had it.
I don't think you can take that one away from him.
I don't think you can either.
After reviewing the play, the last play, it was determined that the pass was incomplete.
With Bert Emanuel's catch overturned, the Bucs lost 11-6. Strange ending to a game, one of the weirdest games in NFL history. Tennessee Titans, Super Bowl 34. This is back when the Titans were led by Steve McNair and Eddie George. The Music City Miracle propelled them into the playoffs. They met the Rams in Super Bowl 34. They gave up a late touchdown to Isaac Bruce. Oh, but Steve McNair put together a great drive that ended 1 yard short.
After the timeout, from the 10, probably the final play of the game in regulation. It is caught by Dyson. Can he get in? No, he cannot. Mike Jones made the tackle. And the Rams have won the Super Bowl.
No line. The game is over.
The Washington Redskins, Super Bowl 18. Arguably the best regular season team ever. 541 points, just 209 points against. Plus 43 overall turnover differential, 14 wins, 2 losses. They met the LA Raiders in Super Bowl 18, where everything would ultimately go wrong.
Hayes needs a good punt now. He's going to have the wind at his back. High snap. He goes up, blocked. It's going to be blocked into the end zone. The Raiders on a chase. It'll be recovered in the end zone. It'll be recovered for a Raider touchdown. Lightning has struck wearing black and silver.
2 plays later, quarterback Jim Plunkett again located Branch. This time in the end zone for a 13-yard touchdown. Linebacker from sacking Plunkett.
Back is Plunkett to pass. Going into the end zone. Branch wide open. Fallen down. Touchdown.
Theismann back. Looks off to the left, and he fires it out there. Intercepted! Jack Squirrel! Touchdown Raiders! I don't believe it!
They lost the game 38-9, and they failed to cement themselves as the best team ever. What's the most heartbreaking loss in your favorite NFL team's history? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button. Until next time, I'm Mike Cantalupo. Thanks for watching.